Are we hyper-sexualized in our culture up to the point where it's not healthy, not grounded, not balanced, not conducive to a thriving and expansive intimate life? Hi, this is Liana, Holistic Intimacy Coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy. So today I have a super challenging story. And this one is of an account on Instagram that belonged to, allegedly, to a 10-year-old girl. Now, she was not allowed, obviously, to have an Instagram account unless it was managed by an adult. Those are the rules by Instagram. The account didn't specify that it was managed by a mother, father, or any legal guardian, so we assumed that it was hers. This little 10-year-old girl was showing herself in highly sensualized postures with very little attire. She wasn't naked, but she was barely wearing clothes, and dancing like really hot dances, posing with makeup. And well, it's not that 10-year-olds don't want to feel sexy, but there's a limit up to which you do this. Now, this account was followed by a lot of male adults who were leaving comments. You can leave your bathing suit on. I'm going to send you some messages in private. Please answer me. You look hot, and so on. Adults complimenting a 10-year-old who was hyper-sensualized, borderline pedophile content over there. So there was an article in a Romanian newspaper. In this article, the journalist actually interviewed the parents also. So she reached out to her parents after watching some of the reels that were posted on that account and asked them if they believed this was a normal behavior, if they weren't troubled by the comments from adult men that were leaving all sorts of requests and compliments that were not necessarily what you see, like your aunt or uncle complimenting your 10-year-old. So the parents answered, especially the mother. Allegedly, she is a coach and she is studying to become a psychotherapist. And she said that there was absolutely no problem with her daughter showing herself like that online, that she was okay with it, that she wasn't doing anything wrong, that she encouraged her daughter not to read the comments because famous people don't read comments. They don't engage with the comments on their accounts. And this account had reached 51,000 followers. And it was the mother's intention to support her daughter to raise as many followers as possible by portraying herself like that, because sometime in the future, she's a 10-year-old girl, she wanted to open a makeup business and she needed to grow her audience. I'm not sure how much makeup she could sell to adult men. I'll be honest. But then the father apparently intervened in the middle of the interview, and he basically kind of made fun of the journalist. He asked the journalist, "What's it to you? I mean, this is my family. What's your concern how I take care of my family? My daughter's safe. There's absolutely no problem with her. She doesn't risk anything. I am at all times with her. And whoever writes to her, we don't read those comments. And if you're single, I can hook you up with some of my single friends. Maybe this will be good for you." So as the reporter told them, both parents, that the images that were shown there were not exactly of a normal 10-year-old who's not even like prepubescent, basically. And the kind of interactions and comments that she was receiving, which some of them were quite explicit, it was not healthy to expose a young girl, a kid basically, 10-year-old, to such content. Then they interviewed a psychologist specialized in sexual abuse for children or against children. After perusing the content of that Instagram account, it is now deleted. But in the article, she said that this kind of content, what she portrays herself as, and then the stuff that she receives, including private messages, I understand that some were shown somehow. It's basically early abuse. And this is the early signs of abuse. And in the future, she will learn to behave as a sexual object for adults, for older men, basically. Now, Instagram, because the publication reached out to Instagram and reported the account and the content, and Instagram deleted eventually the account. However, this is one account. You can make an account at any other time, and apparently nobody checks to see what's going on with that content. Now, I want to look at what the mother, first of all, the mother who was a coach and studying to become a therapist, what was in her mind? No kid, not even a teen, cannot manage a business. You need an adult. And if an adult encourages you to behave like a, I don't know, like a porn star, an early, inceptive porn star, when you're 10, where do we imagine this is going to lead 7 years down the line when she's 17 or 18? Where? Also, no coaching certification, no psychotherapy training will teach any professional that they can almost pimp their kids online to raise a business in the future. That's not healthy sexual expression. That is downright using sexuality to bait the wrong kind of people just to raise God knows how many numbers there, because a lot of people follow accounts that have high or large following. They believe that a large following gives you authority. Yeah, if a large following of pedophiles gives you authority to make a makeup business, well, Jesus. So no certification, not even a business certification, they will never teach you that. And obviously, people who actually study the art of makeup, people who understand colors, textures, tones, skin tones, shape of the face and all of that, they don't do that by exposing. They don't go to trainings and they show up almost naked. So obviously, or the people that actually build or design the makeup, the wrapping of it, so the packaging and all of that, people that study marketing, they don't do that. Those are essential components of a business. They don't do that by exposing their body almost naked, almost nude, when they were prepubescent, just to learn the skill or the craft. So these are common sense things, but nowadays with all the quote unquote sexual revolution going on and sexual liberation and super stupid, idiotic use of technology, 10-year-olds dream that they can be successful businesswomen by showing themselves in, borderline pedophile pornography. Yeah. Kind of gets you to think, where are our standards? Like, how do we assess what is healthy sexual expression? I don't know what those grown-ups were thinking when they were complimenting a 10-year-old and asking her to remain in the bathing suit, to not change it. And they were sliding into her DMs, interacting with her God knows how. Like, what kind of mindset and what kind of, references do we have for sexuality to think that, wow, this is me exploring sexually and diving deep into my pleasures and fantasies, and I'm not doing anything, I'm not harming the child. So this is obviously, I think the majority of people here will make a difference between normal adult expression with other adults, people that are at the same level of development, cognitive abilities, psychological abilities, emotional abilities, physical development, and so on. So I want to believe that we're on that page, all of us here. But apparently in the world, that it doesn't happen like that. What does it take for us to stay on track and not fall prey to all sorts of images, like prepubescent girls pimped by their parents for the sake of developing a business in the 50s? Yeah, what does it take for us to stay grounded? I think cognition and owning where we are, what we're doing, who we're interacting with, what kind of messages we are left with. I mean, if we just follow somebody and we look at their image, okay, cute, but is it somebody that's on your level, or is it somebody who's not even an adult yet, from all perspectives? Yeah, so on a funny note, my attire of today is inspired by Andy Garcia. In 1990, he played a godfather in the trilogy The Godfather. And there's a scene with him in the red kimono when he's killing some paid assassins that were about to kill him. Awesome stuff. Now, I don't have the red kimono. I actually have my pink one. And by the way, this stuff, which is not standing still, it was like his kimono because he's a guy, you know, it was way more open, but, you know, I'm going to keep mine. But I look like a gangster today, and looking like a gangster, I'm not a godmother, you know, although maybe somebody ought to make that movie. You know, I would love to have like a gun and shoot at killers in movies, obviously, and show myself in my gangster after sex, because this was a scene that he had just had sex with a woman and then he was attacked by assassins. Oh, well, you know, hey, I'm 40. I can dream of them. I'm making fun here. Anyway, I actually love, this is the first cross that I own as a necklace, so I'm actually thrilled about it. I love it to pieces. Leaving Andy Garcia aside now and the godmother dream of mine, who knows, maybe it's going to happen eventually. I want to definitely remind you that, first of all the stuff that I put out here is meant for us to grow. Secondly, I'm all about embodiment, and if you want to join me in the daily practices, then check out the link under this video that takes you to my practice community. And that also helps me to stay on track here and to keep showing up, to keep doing my social media work free of worry that I have to sustain it financially. Otherwise, I would love to know what you think about where we are in terms of balance or imbalance in our sexual expression, and how you remain grounded with all the sick stuff that is going on. How do you discern between what is healthy and what is, well, worrisome? I don't want to go down the path of, would you have liked your parents to have put you in that situation, especially if you're a girl? Or if you would be a parent and you'd had a daughter, would you pimp your daughter online for the sake of a business that probably you will manage? Yeah, I'd love to know this. That's it. I'm going to see you in the next video. Enjoy yourself. Bye.